In this series, we're going to provide a crash course in development for FinalBot. This series is designed for people who have no programming experience at all. Our goal is to help you set up a development environment, understand the bare necessities for building a bot in C#, to build a simple bot, and then to test the bot in the test client. In this series, we're not planning to provide thorough coverage of C# or programming in general, and we won't really be getting much into Texas Hold'em strategy. The first thing you'll want to do is to set up your development environment. If you're working on Windows, you can download and install Visual C# Express 2010 from Microsoft. This is a free install and provides a great environment for building with C#. We selected C# because it's a very popular language for building applications for .NET as well as for Mono. If you're running on Linux, Unix, or Mac, you can download and install Mono from the URL below. We'll provide these links from the pages where the videos are shown. After you've set up your development environments using either Visual C# Express or Mono, or any of the other third-party tools, you can go and register an account at FinalBot.com. And once registered, you'll be able to download and unzip the FinalBot Hold Em SDK. Now let's go over some of the basics of C# projects. One of the terms we're going to talk about a lot are source files. A source file is a file containing your code, such as the mybot.cs file you're going to see in a moment. C# files have a c.cs extension. There are also projects. Projects are a collection of source files that are built into an output file, such as a DLL. You'll be able to open these project files and build them with tools like Visual C# or Mono Develop, and you'll note that they have .csproj extensions. You generally won't work directly with the CS extension because there are also solutions. A solution is a collection of projects which may contain one or more projects and may be different types and or languages within those projects themselves. Solution files are the ones with .sln extensions, and they're usually in a directory above all the projects. When you've unzipped this Hold'em SDK, you'll notice that there's a C# folder that's provided. This contains the source code for a starter bot that will make it very easy for you to get right in with FinalBot Hold Em. Within that C# folder, there's a file called finalbot.holdem.bot.sln. This is our solution file. There's also a folder which is in the same directory and has a csproj file within it. This is the project file for our bot. And there's also a mybot.cs file in that same folder. You'll also notice there is a properties folder and an assemblyinfo.cs file inside of that, but we don't need to worry about that too much. If you double click on the finalbot.holdem.bot.sln solution file at the root of the C# folder, it'll open up in your tool, whether it's Visual C# or Mono Develop, and you'll see something like a Solution Explorer. And you'll see how each of these files maps into what your Solution Explorer looks like. Now this isn't really critical for you to get into at this point, but it just goes to show the nesting of the source file within the project and the project within the solution. Now if you double click on that mybot.cs file, it'll open up a source file editor and you'll be able to look at all the source code to the default bot. Now there's a lot of stuff going on here, and it can be pretty sophisticated, or pretty complicated I should say, if you're new to programming. The good news is the only part we're really going to worry about is the part that happens inside the section by where it says Get Bet. And the majority of this series is going to focus on how you can edit what goes in there to change the behavior of your bot. In the directory of the unzipped SDK, you'll get a bunch of folders like these. We'll go into the C# folder where we can see the solution file we talked about earlier. When we double click that, it'll open it up in Visual C#. Inside Visual C#, we'll see the Solution Explorer that has our solution, its project, and the source code within it. When I double click on the mybot.cs file, it brings up the source code. Now what we can do at this point is we can go to the debug directory, click Start Debugging, and it'll build our bot and then launch the test client. With the test client up, I can click New Matchup, pick how many players, which I'll leave at 5, Click Next, choose My Bot, and then we will choose the Conserva bot. We will play against that one. So I'm going to click 4 more times. Now it's going to match up my bot against all the other Conserva bots that we had, and we can see our bot running. So this is building our very first bot using the default logic. You'll notice the bot does not do very well, and we lost pretty early on. But the point is, very quickly we were able to have our bot up and running.